At this time, I'd like to introduce our team, so if everybody would come up, we could have everyone introduce themselves. This is a great Schools to Watch group to work with. This is my first time through the process, and I couldn't be more happy with the results that everybody had created for you today. My name is Doug Gifford. I'm the principal at the middle school.
Jessica Stover, I'm the assistant principal and athletic director.
Mark Nesso, I'm the tech ed teacher at Titusville.
Leslie
Go
Crew.
ahead. Okay.
I'm Natalie Flederberg. I teach 8th grade social studies.
Leslie Crew, 8th grade English.
Brooke Martin, school counselor, 7th and 8th grade. Stephanie Knapp, 8th grade language arts.
Andrew Joe, Title I.
Aaron Park, 6th grade math.
Up on the screen, just to give you a little bit of background about our school, where we're at. How many people have heard of Titusville before? Just show us. Oh, good, fantastic. So, Northwestern Pennsylvania School, currently on a 2-hour delay, cool, like most people. District is very rural, very big, covers 200 square miles. You can see the buildings we have in our district. Our middle school itself has about 480 students. It's not big, but it's a nice sized building and a nice group of people that work there, about 71 teachers and staff total. Free and reduced number of 65%. Is anybody in that ballpark from your district? About 65? Okay. A lot of challenges, especially with academic excellence. We're talking about free and reduced population. Who in here is under 10%? Is there anybody under 10 free and reduced? Under 10? Around there, okay. And so there are ideas that we want to present to you that are applicable for your low free and reduced population, but there might be some things we could modify for your schools to apply to ours. So we wanted to provide that background information for you. We're going to go over in our 10 minutes here about academic excellence, 6 areas, 6 things that we do at Titusville Middle School, both during the day and after school, that we think highlight what we do for academic excellence. These 6 things offer kids an opportunity to show us academic excellence. There's no guarantee. We have a door, sometimes we nudge them through, but they've got to take the step. And these 6 things that we do, I think, provide a great opportunity for academic success for any kid in the building. But the hard part is, like most of you know, they got to take the step through the door. But these 6 programs, we feel, really are a good starting place. There's work to do, but these 6 things really give kids an opportunity to show us success.
The first 3 that we're going to talk about are after-school programs. So while we're talking about the 3 that we're going to present to you, if you could just say on today's meet, what is the most successful after-school programs that you implement at your school that focuses on academic excellence? We'll have that feed going while we're talking about the 3 that we have.
Our first program is our homework help program, which is an after-school program, which meets Monday through Thursday from 3:15 to 5 o'clock. It's actually, it was created through a collaborative grant with our YMCA, Titusville YMCA, and our school district. It's a 21st century grant, and we have that for 3 years. Students can be referred to that program. We have parents who know about it, who just know their student does better when they have a structured time after school, a quiet place to do work. They can use computers. There are staff members there. Technically, all the staff work for the YMCA, but there are many of our teachers who work for the YMCA after school and work with our students there. They've gotten enough students so they've even split into different rooms, a 6th grade room, a 7th grade room, and an 8th grade room. What's also nice, we are, as Mr. Gifford said, we're a rural school district, so transportation has always been a challenge with after-school programs. So it is nice that the program includes busing, not door to door, but to certain drop-off points where it gets kids much closer to home so parents don't have to drive. But it's a great place for students to do homework, get things done. A lot of times we have parent-teacher conferences where we recommend, if their student's not doing their homework help would be a really good intervention to try to get them back on board with getting their assignments done.
I see the optional 9th period for homework help. Like Ange, is that an optional thing that they can do? Do they have to sign up prior to that, or is it that day they just decide to come?
No, teachers have to stay for that 9th period, and we never know what students will be staying with us.
Wow.
But we have the advantage of being attached to the elementary school, and their day ends at 3:30, so they can ride the elementary bus home if they want to stay.
Those teachers who don't supervise kids, then is that like a work period for teachers then?
It is,
Is it?
yeah.
Okay.
I like that. We have also targeted tutoring, and that focuses on math and language arts. We run it around January to April, and we have 2 or 3 teachers that work with students 2 days a week for an hour and 15 minutes afterwards. Interventionists look at data from Ames Web, Study Island benchmarks, PSSA scores, and then teacher recommendations to determine what students can be in the program. Some parents know that this program's coming, and they can work on homework, or it can be skills-based. Dan does our math, so if you want to talk a little bit, do you have anything?
It's just a great opportunity to work one-on-one with a lot of the students that need that extra boost, to just get them started on their homework and have them feel more secure in what they're doing. So it is a great opportunity for them.
Try to keep the numbers down to about a dozen kids. This is a very targeted group, as the name targeted tutoring. So we try to keep it small so that you have more time to get to kids one at a time. We have an after-school retraining program. Basically, think of old school detention, but kind of change it. We use it to teach the behavior that we want. We're a positive behavior type model. The kids that miss homework assignments from their teachers get referred to Jessica or I with a ticket system, and we pick up the ticket. And the kids that are missing 5 or more homework assignments, we assign an hour after school. So it basically forces them to stay, to not only do the positive training that we do, but also to get some homework done. So that program runs from 3:15 to 4:15. Our district does not provide busing, and so that does make it a challenge at times. Parents are gonna have to pick them up or they walk, and it would be nice, but that's one obstacle we have to overcome, is the fact that we can't transport after school. But 6th grade team is actually modifying this kind of halfway through, and they are, was it 3 assignments? 3 lunch detentions, and then they're gonna have them stay after school. We were finding that the retraining was kind of, for some kids, it just wasn't working, so the 6th grade team got together and wanted to modify it, and so we made a little bit of different approach. But that's just one more layer to try to get the kids to get that homework done. Yes?
How do you, like, I'm thinking of the logistics, how do you get the information from those 5 homework assignments to the people who need to get the students retrained?
On our
That list.
ticket system, it's a referral system, it's all online. The teachers will actually click in and type in what the homework assignments are. We talk to the kid, get him in the office, we print the ticket, put it on the form, and when a retraining teacher picks them up in the office after school, they know what assignments they need to do then. Yes.
Thank you.
What if, 2 questions, what if
Sure.
the kids don't stay, and secondly, do you have any problems with parents saying they're not gonna stay?
Parents can opt for a day of suspension. I always say that if you don't want to pick your kid up, then they stay home a day. But we only have a couple of kids at this level that are chronic with skipping. High school was a little worse last year, but the middle school, they stay for the most part. I mean, if you follow handbook, they skip 3, they're suspended. So it's kind of a layer of consequences in there.
Why did you go right to a day of OSS? You said that they had the option of
If
having
a
the
parent
kids stay.
refuses to do detention, they have to have a consequence. So if the parent wants to keep them home as a consequence, that's fine.
As opposed to ISS, that's what I was
We
going
don't
to
have
finish.
an ISS. Just our staff is maxed out. I'm not gonna have a
So
teacher
you opted
sit.
out of ISS, you have
Correct.
no ISS.
Now, we will sit on the kid if we have to in a pinch, but we don't have a formal program now. It's just,
I've never heard of that,
I'd
that's,
rather use somebody somewhere more important than.
does anybody else ever have no ISS?
We don't have it.
We don't have it either.
Wow,
Our staff,
Right.
I'd rather use people somewhere.
wow, thank you.
Yes,
I see you follow the APL guidelines
Uh-huh.
for the reteaching.
Yeah.
Do you follow the APL guidelines for homework and assigning homework and working with your teams to make sure that there's not, like, I think, I just finished that training, that's why I'm asking. And he had said something like, in your common planning periods, who's giving homework, who's not giving homework, how much time, because he was saying like less than 45 minutes a night
Yes, we do
should
that,
be dedicated to homework.
yes.
you wanna speak about the teaming part of that?
Yeah, if you don't mind.
No, sure.
I'm a team facilitator for 8th grade, and so consequently, we all sit down every day, we have dedicated team time, and we do discuss that. We have a weekly calendar of the assignments that get done that week, and consequently, we make decisions based on how much homework and what assignments are happening during that week. These are kids, when we say homework, what we're saying is 5 homework assignments missed And that's a lot for us. If we have gone to retraining for 5 homework assignments missed, I have worked with that kid multiple times in multiple ways. This is the last result. I don't want you to think that this is the first, we don't automatically go to out of school suspension. This is like the 700th step. Like, I have called their parent, we have talked to their advisor has academically coached them. We have, like, there is a series of other things that happen before this, but this is the end result.
Yeah, I don't want
I
you to
have
take
done-
away
right.
that we're suspending kids from homework, that is not the issue.
I have done retraining in my classroom before we even get to out of school retraining.
No, what I was asking is the time, like the nighttime time.
Yeah,
for
we do
homework.
that. Mhm. All teams talk about that.
Okay.
How long do you dedicate each day to work with your team in that planning time? How long do you give?
It's a 42-minute period.
And you're together the whole time?
Yes. That is unusual. We are very thankful. We are very thankful. We are very, very thankful. We know that that's unusual, and we don't take that lightly. You're gonna see later on when we talk about cross-curricular units, how important that is. So, sorry.
No, thank you.
The next thing we want to look at is what you do within the school day. So outside of regular classes, what is the best intervention program you use throughout your school day to help students excel academically?
At Titusville Middle School, we have an academic coaching program, which is interwoven into our advisory. Students have advisory every day, third period, for 30 minutes. And that advisory teacher, there's roughly, probably, 14 to 16 students in each advisory, so it is a small, tight-knit group. In advisory, I know that there'll be more discussion about this, but there's team building, there's all sorts of wonderful things happening. But that advisory teacher is that student's academic coach. So at least once per week, that teacher is talking to that student about, hey, let's bring up your grades, where do things stand, what are you missing, what do you need to do? And it's also kind of through our district-wide SAP, that academic coach is also somebody who is a caring adult who is talking to them not just about academics and how they're doing in their classes, but just how things are going overall. So the goal of this program is to enhance the advisor-student relationship and to increase student achievement at the same time.
Being new to the middle school this year, coming from the high school, the idea of intervention is kind of foreign to me, but I really liked what I saw the last semester or so, being new to the middle school. We have different layers of intervention that happen. Our team, sometimes at team time, will come together and say, let's scramble up the ASPs and then focus on math and reshuffle the kids and do it at team level. We also have intervention teachers that specifically will go into a classroom and do intervention, and also pull kids out of class and do intervention as a pull-out. Next year, we're hoping to have a teacher, kind of an intervention coordinator, where they have a period a day, every day, just to coordinate intervention and work with us to make that program even better. But it's all data-driven. You can see up on the screen, there's different types of tests that we use for diagnostics. And we have data analysis days in which language arts and math folks have an entire day to sit down and just look at where kids are, see who is kind of graduated out of intervention, and also who we need to pull in and catch before they slip anymore. So those benchmark tests are very important to decide who we end up using for intervention.
Yes, do you have any interventions in science?
I don't believe
Science
it.
data at all?
No, not this time.
Do you have a particular program you use for interventions? Like a reading program, like intervention reading program, or?
Ann would
No,
be the
No,
one.
you just make up your. What
They,
you-
some of them use the rewards program, depending on what the need is, but aside from that.
The last thing we want to look at is how do you reward your students? Do you have something that you implement through the day, after school? We do something called a payoff day, and payoff days reward for academic effort, participation, and also positive behavior. During payoff days, eligible students may enjoy a treat. We open the gym up. We've had karaoke and dance. We have a snack. And then the rest of the students are in homework rooms, workrooms that we call it, working on that they need to make up, silently reading. Just that's where they have to be during the day if they can't participate in what we do.
In our video, you'll see some pictures of kids doing the payoff day. They really enjoy it. They look forward to it.
You keep track of that.
Keep track of that, like who qualifies.
Yeah.
In our power school system, our secretary will sit and poll the kids' grades, and we'll look and see who's failing more than one. And then also, through that ticket system, we can just pull up who's had after school or suspension or anything, and they just kind of go into one file, and then everybody else goes
Brings
into
out a
one.
list.
Yeah, it's nice. It's not, we don't have to just go kid by kid, it just
Yeah.
sorts it out.
You referred, the 8th grade English teacher, you referred to your rewards program. Are you referring to the writing and reading rewards program that's a purchase? Or are you referring to the rewards program you have created in your building?
The purchase.
Okay, and it's books and it's leveled and, okay. Thank you.
Yeah, how many people are you, so payoff day is a whole day?
I know,
No.
it's a day,
It's
but
just
it's
the
just.
last
in the-
hour of the day.
Yeah,
Okay,
Yeah.
so it's the last hour of the day, was that once a month or
once a quarter,
once a quarter?
yeah.
And how many kids do you have participating? Just logistically, I'm trying to think.
85% of them?
Most times, like
It's a large.
85% maybe actually
I
participate.
think we had.
We have 3 rooms, in 8th grade, we have 165 kids, we had 3 rooms of 14 kids who didn't participate last quarter. So, it's, what we like about it is that it catches all of those kids that are in the middle, that never get like, woo!
Yeah.
And there are some kids who have never gone, and then all of a sudden, like last quarter, this boy came up to me, he's like, I'm going to payoff day. He was super excited. I don't know what he thought we did there, but.
It's fun. And then the opposite effect is true as well. I mean, you call a kid in the office and you say, I'm sorry, you can't go, and they just are devastated. But it's a motivator either way. So.
And what's nice is I can move from activity to activity, and I think they like a little bit of more freedom to kind of, like I've done well, so I can go to this, and kind of roam the building and go around with their friends.
No sign up, we just open the building. We have teachers stationed all over, but we just open the building and it's go do what you want.
What they want to do.
Yeah.
Mixed grades as well, 6
Yes.
and 8. Oh, mixed grades.
Yep.
What type of activities?
You'll see some in the video, but there's,
We had a movie,
We
we
switch
did
'em?
basketball,
Photo
volleyball.
booth, we had like a photo booth
Yeah.
thing, where we took a bunch of pictures of them.
Craft
and
in
then-
the art.
we had some games one time, sometimes crafts, yeah.
What is your building configuration?
We have, like, it's just,
Great.
we have 6, 7, 8
7, 8.
houses or commons.
6, 7, and 8.
Yeah, split up into houses.
And then we have our Voyager wing, which will be
Right.
our STW and our technology
Tech ed, art.
and art.
Okay, so is 9 through 12 in the same building but
Separate.
separate? Or it's
No,
in a whole
separate.
other building?
Whole
There's
other
a-
building.
That's why you can open up your building.
Well,
Oh, yeah.
Because I'm thinking to myself, we can't open up our building,
We-
but that's,
we are also very fortunate that our current superintendent, at the time, we needed a building, was our middle school principal, and built the middle school on the middle school concept. It is
Yeah.
built that way on purpose and separate.
your success has been over like a long period of time.
Yes,
It's
yes,
been-
yes, yes. Yes. Thank you, but yes.
Any other questions? Yeah,
Could you please repeat the qualifications for participation in payoff day?
sure. Look at
Well, they go through our power, it's called Power School, and they go through and usually it's if you've had 1 or 2 retrainings or lunch detention or something like that. Right, any type of disciplinary action, if you have more than 2 of those. And then the other thing is the homework, as long as they are passing all of their classes, if they're failing more than 2,
Two or more.
usually 1, we look at, they're not able to participate.
And the kids know ahead of time, we tell them.
2, we let it at 2.
We run it the same as we do for our sports eligibility, keep it kind of consistent.